It is extra special tonight. The Oliviers is always fabulous, of course, but after having theatre taken away from us for so long, to be here in one room, celebrating each other, cheering each other on, it's so special. But also for theatres to be welcoming audiences in, it's just a really special time for theatre because we all know how it feels to not have it.
No, it's surreal, but I feel really, really lucky to be here. I say I feel lucky. I feel like we fought to be here, though.
I'm pretty excited today. Yeah, my heart got beating really fast today.
Well, this is very different to the day-to-day. We haven't many days like this back in the musical, but here we are, I'm loving it.
Honestly, it is like, sometimes I don't know how to describe it because I used to come up here and watch the Arrivals when I was a kid and when I was a teenager.
You know what? Just the rehearsals today, there's been a real buzz, and just to be able to see our peers and our community and be able to hug people and say hello is what we've all missed. And there's such an atmosphere here today. The weather's amazing, everyone looks amazing, and it's just so nice to be here.
It's incredible. When I was at drama school, I was like singing in the choir in the ceremony, and now I'm here as a nominee, which is it's bizarre. It feels really bizarre, but I'm really chuffed. I'm really thrilled. It's going to be so great I'm really excited to see all of the performances as well. Got so many pals in all of these shows, and it's just going to be great to support them. So I'm just sort of like I'm rooting for everything. It's just really good to be here.
It's just a blast. It's a complete blast. And today I feel as though I'm here just to enjoy it and sort of fill up from what I didn't have before. So I feel very blessed today.
Just to be a part of something when theatre has come back with such a big bang, and to be a part of that is just, I feel very honoured and very, very blessed.
I'm just a fan, I'm just here as a number one fan of most people.
We couldn't be more thrilled. I mean, the fact that the world has sort of reopened and theatre is the best place to experience being with other people in a community way. So we're completely thrilled, and we're happy that theatre is reopened. And of course, our reverence for British theatre is such a strong element of my life that to be honored this way is kind of mind-blowing. It really is.
There are very few professional situations in which you are just so, in such an unadulterated way, purely proud of and happy for one another. So I don't expect one of these to come around in another 100 lifetimes.
No.
Well, you forget that at one point we didn't know whether we were going to literally survive as an entire industry, or how many people we were going to lose, or how many freelancers were going to leave the sector. So to see so many people back, obviously it comes with all the glamour and the bells and whistles and the stuff, but actually just on the, I just believe in theatre, I believe in the arts, and to be surrounded by actors and directors and lighting designers and set designers and costume designers, all of whom got us through it. It's like a huge privilege.
To this point, it's hello, anybody home?
The strength of will from the theatre community. I think that's really what I want to say. The theatre community rocks. That's what I want to say.
It feels massive to be here, actually. I first directed Constellations 10 years ago, and then we hadn't had theatre of any sort for 2 years.
It's weird. I mean, this is lovely to kind of Jenny come back into theatre society. Your friends you haven't seen for ages, we all come out to dress up because it's like, we can.
Everybody in the theatre has been through something really huge because there was no help for the theatre, very little. And so everybody had to fend for themselves. Everybody had to drive trucks, pick fruit, do whatever they needed to do to look after their families. And we've all been on a completely different journey for a couple of years. And we're not key workers, absolutely not. But it is lovely to be entertained and to have a laugh as well. It's time for us to all have a laugh.
To be here on this gorgeous day with everybody and also to be together again. We didn't really get to say goodbye to each other, so we're performing tonight, and I think it'll be a nice bit of closure. Hopefully it's not the end, but we're going to have a great time.
It feels fantastic. I'm really happy to be a part of being able to come out and celebrate talent again in person. It's really important.
Well, it's lovely, I think. I mean, you can feel the air is tangibly full of excitement here, and that's great. And for me, I mean, it's an incredible journey for me because the last time the Olivier Awards was on, I wasn't really a playwright at all. I mean, I wasn't really in any way known as a playwright. So it's been absolutely amazing.
I mean, it's obviously been a tough 3 years for a lot of people, especially in many ways, a lot for the theatre industry. But I really felt the thrill of audiences coming back when we were doing our play. We were one of the first big ones in London, and people just seemed like excited to be in that community, be in communion with each other and experiencing a brilliant play. So I mean, like, this is kind of a cherry on top in terms of that experience.
It feels right, it feels great for us as representing kind of new, smaller writing, especially at the Bush. It's 50th anniversary, and it feels like a really special time for these plays to be recognised, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's special, as you said, because of where we've had to come from over the last couple of years. I mean, I was making a joke earlier that day one we were being taught to phlegm in a cup for COVID regulations, and now we're at the Olivier Awards.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a bit of a rush. I think it's amazing to have theatre back after such a long hiatus and such, to be able to tell our stories. I know all three of us feel so passionate about the things we were bringing to the stage, and to be able to share that and be honoured with an invitation to the biggest theatre awards ceremony in the world. I mean, it means everything. It really does.
It's amazing to be here. What an occasion. Also, it's a great welcome back for theatre, because the Oliviers haven't been for a couple of years, like you said, and it just feels amazing that we can all celebrate together, celebrating live theatre.
Another awards category.
Oh, what would I throw into the mix?
Fabulous outfit at the Oliviers.
I think I would have to put in Best ASM.
Well, I guess particularly things around covers and understudies I think is great, because they certainly bailed us out.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think every person in this industry who's sort of survived should win an award. There should be a Survivor award.
I think you're quite right to point out the hair and makeup artists, because backstage they are really.
Our team is
the
tremendous.
finesse is extraordinary, and the hours and the skill is wild. So yeah.
Dude, the crew is a big part, man. I think they need to be celebrated big time too.
No one does anything on their own. I don't know what categories you'll throw in, but as long as you always think that there is always somebody else is involved with creating this for a start, with you guys here, no one does it on their own. So give thanks to those people who help you get there.
And the puppeteers, I mean, this is the first time puppeteers have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor. But I think there should also be a category to celebrate them.
New categories. I wonder, is there a casting award?
Casting. That's what you should do. Casting. If I got to think of one.
Well, there we are. There should be a casting award, I'd say. Unsung heroes.
Best mask wearing. I'd like to say a category for front of house staff, actually, because I think that is one of the hardest jobs at the moment. They've been like the kind of barrier between, the world and the performers and everything else going on, and having to kind of be nice to people whilst telling them to put masks on and checking COVID passes and all that sort of thing. I mean, I think that's been a really tough job.
Yeah, best ensemble. I'd love to see that. I think that'd be amazing. Ensembles are so hard working, and it would be amazing to get that recognition, I think.
Understudies, is there not a best understudy category? There really should be. They've been so vital. We were kept on, we didn't miss a single show because of our understudies.
It's great that we celebrate all the new shows, but there are some long-standing shows out there that do cast changes and have some brilliant people. So maybe some nods to those long-standing shows and characters and people that get to play those parts.
I would actually do best stage management. And maybe that would be difficult to judge, but I really feel like they're the unsung heroes of these productions. They hold everything together when it's falling apart, and they are literally the elves that nobody sees.
Best COVID officer, with best lateral flow reminders. I think best COVID workaround. People had to, including us, kind of coming up with creative ways to do socially distanced versions of shows or keep people safe. I think that would be a nice little nod, because people have been amazing to keep theatre going in this time.
Well, I do think Best Book should still be there. I think it's unfortunate that Best Book isn't, and also Best Casting Director.
Yes.
Because it's amazing to see that they don't really get that recognition, and I don't know how they would do this, but more recognition for people that work backstage. They put themselves at risk most nights. They really do. They're doing a lot. Without them, we have no show. Like, you know, they're there earlier than us. They're there later than us. Give these guys the recognition they deserve.
Yeah, best face mask, I would have thought. Yes, masquerade, something like that. I don't know.
To have managed to put on any shows during this, the dedication and the sheer strength of will to do it normally, and then to try and do it in a pandemic, we all should be getting awards just for that alone.
Having theatre back on after what we've been through, I think is the celebration in itself.